Does a man have the right to define what a woman is?
Not at all.
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that one too.
Okay, so then what gives women the right to define what a real man is?
Just like they have the right to define what a real woman is.
Well, right, but aren't women always saying like a real man should be this and a real man should be that?
Just like men say that.
Just like
men say that we should be this and we should be that.
we should be able to cook. We should be able to.
We should be able to cook, clean,
Which we should,
all
most
that.
definitely.
Yes, and I do all that shit.
But at
But
the end of the day,
yeah.
it goes both ways.
Often we do try to define what a real man is, and you know what, it's crazy because we can't figure that out until we live that. Until we experience what a real man is. You know, if we wasn't taught what a real man is, if we didn't see an example of a real man, we don't know ourselves.
Wow. Isn't this a coincidence?
Who treats you better, right? A 9-to-5 scammer or a dealer?
9-to-5, they be they be cheap and like
They on a fixed income.
I know, but
like, wait till I get paid like in 2 weeks.
Can you give me one more day? I'm not asking you for a week. I'm not asking you for a month. Can you give me one more day?
Like no.
not even just like
Not even that.
financial reasons. It's more so like they be stressed. I don't know, like the scammers treat you better.
Looks like they have their priorities in order. Guys, when it comes to modern women, the term applies to basically any woman under the age of 95 at this point. With advancements of medicine, we're all 3 clicks away from seeing 3 to 4 generations of women lined up that look a lot like that Darwinian primate silhouette in reverse. Each generation is about 20% less effective and less developed than the last. Meanwhile, men have, for the most part with proper guidance, remained positively consistent. We identify our goals and aspirations, taking the punches and moving forward with the lessons that help us keep moving forward. As a result, the chasm between men and Western women has continued to widen. There's a grand canyon of misinterpretation between us and them preventing any chick from getting the message. So of course, I've been searching the web to see what this looks like for people in the category of Gen Z, many of whom are now young men, growing up in a world built by social media and increased levels of delusion, most of which has fried the brains of the opposite sex beyond repair. Before I get further into the video, let me quickly share the comment of the day. Shout out to Richard Baranowski, who shared, "Modern women are like Big Macs. They've gone up in price and down in quality." Now, isn't that the truest thing? The Big Macs just suck now. They used to be so good about a decade ago. Can't say the same about women, though. So please, don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your $5. As always, guys, I'll be picking one comment from each video. Could be the funniest, most liked, or just one about a Big Mac. So don't forget to leave a comment, and you may be our next winner. So be sure to hit that like and sub button too, because the support means so much to me, y'all. So now let's get right back into the video.
Embrace your masculinity.
It will come as no surprise to anyone, I imagine, that this era has encouraged most young guys to go MGTOW far sooner than their predecessors. To remove any residual doubt regarding the matter, there's this recent article titled, "Reimagining Teenage Romance, Gen Z Men Opting Out of the Dating Scene." Personally, I think anything about reimagining teen romance should be left to, teens. It's a weird word choice. Regardless, the writer Janae Bowens has this to say. New research shows romantic relationships are a rapidly disappearing part of the American teenage experience, with nearly half of Generation Z men opting not to date, according to research from the Survey Center on American Life. Gen Z men are a lot different than older generations.
You've piqued my interest. Go on.
Only 32% of millennial men, 23% of Gen X men, and just 20% of baby boomer men did not date during their teenage years. Meanwhile, 44% of Gen Z men have or had no boyfriend or girlfriend during their teen years. Daniel A. Cox is behind the research. He is the director of the Survey Center on American Life and a senior fellow in polling and public opinion at the American Enterprise Institute. Both of them are approaching dating with much more trepidation. I think it's left them much more open to considering alternatives to partnering up in marriage, Cox said of Gen Zers. I'm kind of washing my hands of dating because it's not either been successful or just not fun. Ah, yes. I wonder why that could be. Could it be A, women don't resemble anything feminine? B, men have endless access to what Western women have become? C, hoflation and sprinkle sprinkle? Or D, all of the above? Well, I've never been the best test taker, but if I had to guess, D is the most obvious answer here. Put it up on the board. Oh wow, looks like we got a winner.
I'll take I am not the father for 200, please, Alex.
Jokes aside, the older generations can diagnose the issue with ease. We've observed the degradation of masculinity. We know what the world has become since the rapid escalation of female governance, and so we know what this younger demographic is confronting. Everyone can see that Western civilization is dealing with a downward spiral, and now, more than ever, we have the data that proves what's causing it. Surprise, surprise, it's not men. The author of this article, like most other mainstream media journalists, paints the picture with broad strokes, attempting to lump women in with the male decision to go their own way. But the fact of the matter is, women aren't dating as much as men here for one simple reason. Men are refusing to take the bait. They grew up watching men get absolutely railed by the legal system, lose their homes, and generally lose ungodly amounts of money on the propagandistic lie that they just might find a diamond in the rough that hasn't fallen for the feminist message. And when that isn't the case, they just have to look outside to see what's happening to their peers.
Like, do you hear what you just said?
Yeah.
You are crying over a girl that got pregnant and the BD is your ex?
Don't worry. I'm gonna order you a flight back to New York.
What?
What?
Bro, do you not hear yourself? You are crying. You're crying over your ex who got a different girl pregnant. So that.
And now, Exhibit B.
Yeah, the question of what greatest fear, I was going to touch on it anyways, but now no better way to talk about it. Yeah, fear of not having control over things, being abandoned, and being played, and, well, I'm saying this because I care about you, about us, about my own feelings and emotions. And so, yeah, I'm hurt. I'm really hurt, Diane. Thought I had a grasp on things, and I really didn't.
The term situationship, it doesn't always have like clear boundaries because it's not like a fully committed relationship. Like if it's not stated, then I'm gonna assume that it's not exclusive.
The text that I read is saying me and Justin are not a situationship. So. So what do you think this is then?
Like we're not like, there's like no full commitment, and so I didn't think it was like something we had to discuss, or I don't know.
You said you needed more ambiguity, a little bit more space. I respected that. Well, if we're gonna go with what we had said.
Oh right, the situationship, one of the many additions to the new age lexicon. It's defined as what happens when both partners remain vague about their relationship status and trajectory. There's also zombieing or ghosting, breadcrumbing, benching, the list goes on and on and on. While every age group releases new slang, the aging internet allows singles and couples to create more words for every dimension of behavior. As we've discovered, while this abundance of terms makes for more vibrant conversation, women use words liberally to escape the realities of their crimes. This, in conjunction with a growing pool of euphemisms to choose from, has made them progressively more and more unreliable with each passing year. I'm not unfaithful, I'm a serial monogamist. I'm not going to the club with singles, I'm exercising my right as a liberated woman. Or in this case, babe, we never correctly defined what we were to each other. How was I supposed to know you wouldn't be cool if I hooked up with Chad? This has created an environment where we don't know what anything really means anymore, because anytime a chick rides the carousel, they can use a new label to justify the act to their respective society. Bowens continues by writing, Cox explained Gen Zers are focused on the risk aversion of rejection and harassment, but he fears, especially for males, that not dating is causing more harm than good. Really important to providing you with experiences to know how to set and respect boundaries to know what you're looking for, Cox added. He said some other things stopping young men from dating are finances, video games, parenting, and social media. Kyle Kelman, a high school freshman, is not surprised by these numbers. They're not necessarily looking for a deep connection like the person, but not enough to really want to have a long-lasting relationship, he opined. He is not interested in dating anyone now, however, he's not opposed to it. Maybe take them out to play pickleball or tennis, maybe go eat lunch or dinner, maybe watch a movie, Kelman said of a potential date. I do want to get married one day. I want to have children of my own. Jennifer Kelman, Kyle's mom and mental health expert with JustAnswer.com, said she supports her son dating. There is growth in that connection, in that dating experience, because it lends itself to building new muscles, she explained. Also, dealing with heartbreak when it comes as painful as that might be. There's also the benefit of working through those feelings and getting through to the other side. Yep, the female mental health expert. What could possibly go wrong? This reminds me of another Gen Z expression that many are using on forums, cuffed. Meaning, you're cuffed when you enter a relationship with someone, mainly because you're tied or handcuffed to them now. Kyle's mom here is talking about the benefits of heartbreak and uses a lot of romantic language like building new muscles. What she, and many other women in the West, neglect to acknowledge is that these experiences aren't as simple as working to find the right person. Because when you look at the stats, no modern woman is marriage material. Not only that, but we can't overlook how all of this talk about lessons and accountability is targeted at men specifically. Most young men, reasonably so, look at the dating market like the dairy section of your local grocery store. Everything's temporary. Western Gen Z women aren't consistent or reliable. One could argue more so than ever before. Really, not in the slightest. Equipped with dating apps and the constant promotion of LonelyFans, they're not prepared correctly to resemble a future housewife with the promise of stability. In short, Gen Z men, when they get to a particular age, look around to see where the women are. But the culture has ensured that none of them can be found. They're left with, well, this.
Is this your seat?
Do you think height matters in a man?
Absolutely.
Let's see it.
What the fuck? No.
You said height matters.
What the fuck is that?
The bathroom scale bit works every time. Gen Z men, and every other guy, pull up their phones only to see low-value women doing nothing to improve themselves. They make TikToks, Reels, and Shorts requesting that their future husband have a six-figure income and a Rolls Royce in the parking lot. It's no surprise to anyone that young men see this, look at the devastated economic landscape feminism created, and decide to play video games with the boys instead. They, before most of us, learned early that hoflation is out of control. And even if they were going to get hitched, the marketplace is packed with college-educated women with a projected 90% chance for divorce. But once again, writers Janae Bowens here turns a blind eye to the massive female variable with this. Cox said parents can help with their sons dating by encouraging them to be empathetic and to see what can be built in partnerships. He said sports, social clubs, and community service projects can help with this too. All advice Jennifer Kelman agrees with. This idea of getting off the device and meeting up face-to-face for a date, an afternoon stroll, a dinner, movie, it's almost a thing of the past, she added. If we're not dating, if we're not connecting, we're losing that ability to learn to build trust, to connect, and feel all the wonderful feelings of a crush, a teenage crush, and how to negotiate that space, how to deal with those emotions, how to communicate effectively with someone, and when we do that, as teenagers, Gen Z now, we are giving almost like practice runs to what it's like as an adult in a relationship. Okay, Jennifer, since you refuse to reveal what kind of dating pool Gen Z men have to pick from, I'll do you the favor of taking a look myself.
I did discover that your biggest ick is men holding umbrellas.
There's something about it that just feels really pathetic. I tried to get on board with it. I did try. And do you know what? I have a new one.
Go on.
This morning, I was on a flight with my fiance, and he got a nosebleed, and I got the ick.
It's so cruel.
Do you know why? One, because he just got a nosebleed, like at the most inconvenient time. We just landed, the seatbelt sign was still on. He's doing an 11. I'm like, calm down. Two,
he's acting as if it's painful.
Bless him.
And I'm like, it's not painful. And he's like, And I'm like, it's not painful though. It's not painful.
I do it professionally.
It's giving ick. And that's my new one.
Lock her up in her.
What's your name? Garrett. Oh. Leia, no, it just doesn't work. Sorry. It's
The ick list, another problem the Gen Z male faces. Again, Jennifer Kelman and Janae Bowens are just two of many Western women who diagnose the issue but refuse to acknowledge the virus that causes it. These chicks talk and talk about how dating is a rite of passage for men, and it should be taken seriously, but they never bring up why dating has effectively died in the last 2 decades, and why the new generation refuses to play ball. They talk about communication, ignoring the fact that communicating with a Western woman is like talking to a trained parrot with fixed phrases. They talk about how young men need to build trust, but they conveniently skate over how the modern woman takes pride in deception. For these reasons, and many more, Gen Z men have been among the most welcoming to the MGTOW movement. They were born into institutional feminism, a world with corrupt court systems, manipulated history, and an arsenal of verbiage that is changed whenever women want to escape the claws of shame. If there's any silver lining to be found here, it's that the information is out there now. Men are learning early that it's better to take fate into our own hands. The generational decline of women doesn't match the resilience of real men. We continue to grow independently, reaching heights that would make our predecessors proud. And for that, at least, we can all be grateful.
As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.